Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay. All right. Wow, busy. This is a busy one. Let's check this out. Let's see what these tea leaves have to say. My goodness. Okay. All right, so I want to check this one out. This one's maybe a little, it seems a little brutal, but not really. Okay, but kind of. So we have a person kind of wearing a dress or a robe of some kind. They look like they have a little hat on even. They have their arm out and it looks like they're holding something like maybe a rabbit by the ears. So I feel like they have caught some kind of game or, you know, have been out hunting and definitely got their, got their rabbit or whatever. So in this context of this reading, it makes me believe that you are coming into a place of really kind of stable resources. Okay, this just the flowing kind of nature, like energy, composition of this formation, kind of bending over, picking it up, holding it up, kind of looking it over. It just has this kind of like sense of feeling a little bit excited, relieved, just thankful, grateful to be in this place where there is obviously a source of sustenance and also kind of feeling a great fortune occurring, right? So I really feel like you've done some really honest and hard work to get to where you are at. I think that whatever the resources are, I mean, it doesn't have to be money exactly, but just things are kind of getting into a position where you are feeling stable. Okay, there's a consistency in your life. I think the routine is there. Probably the work is there. And like I said, it doesn't have to be financial exactly, but there are resources that are sustaining you. Okay, you're living a life where I feel that you're not necessarily super worried about and again, it doesn't have to be material necessarily. This could be also emotional resources, spiritual resources, but whatever it is, whatever this is applicable to, you have caught that rabbit. Also, it is the year of the rabbit, right? So maybe 2023 is going to really turn out to be your year. I hope it's somebody's year. And my goodness, can I just put in, like, I can't believe it's almost the 5th month of the year. I don't even know where this time has gone. I'm always like this right before summer where I'm like, oh my gosh, like we're almost halfway through the year. I don't even, I don't know where it's all gone. Okay, let's see. Now, I wanted to look at, I'm sorry if I turn this a lot. I know I've had one or two comments where I'm like, it makes people feel seasick, and I'm sorry, but I am, I try to show you what I'm looking at, but I also have to angle it so I'm looking at it and it makes sense to me. And I'm just really trying to figure out. Now this one looks like, and I wanted to, there is a person right here, okay? And it's facing this way. The head would be right here, and it's kind of facing this way. And then it looks like, and I think the lighting is just, I don't know, but the way that I'm looking at it, it looks like something like a baby goat maybe, which makes sense. We're reading for Capricorn. We're talking to you, Capricorn. And also, we have the Devil card with the beautiful, beautiful goat. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. But we have this, we have the goat meeting face to face with this person. And I think that this really is an indication, again, of you coming into that power, all of that hard work that you've done. And I don't think this is just like, oh, you've been doing some hard work recently and it's starting to pay off. I think this is like you have spent your life being somebody who has kind of clawed your way out of a situation, something to do with your origins, kind of your childhood, possibly your younger years, whatever it was. And I kind of have a little bit of maybe an idea, and I'll talk about that next. But you really have decided that you are not going to fall into the trap that kind of was perpetuated in the conditions of maybe the world around you, your community, your home life, whatever it was, okay? You just were not necessarily given all of the skills that you think that you needed to do the things that you wanted to do with your life. So you just kind of really decided that you are going to figure it out and you're going to do the work and you're going to continue to do the work. And you have done that, okay? And I think that you have a decent life. I think that you are proud of the life that you have made for yourself. I feel that you are proud of the person that you have become. And I really think that I want to skip to the other part really quick because I think this is important. Okay, so I see these two figures here. One here with a head, body, a small child, possibly baby in the middle, and then another person figure here. Okay, and it looks like they're kind of, it's like a tug of war, right? And I wonder if there was maybe a divorce or some kind of like custody problem, battle when you were growing up, okay? I feel that you were very much in the middle of something that was out of your control. I also think because there was this disharmony and listen, a lot of people went through divorce, right? Their parents divorcing. A lot of people came from homes where there's only one parent. I came from a home where both of my parents died when I was young. You know, so by no means did I come from like a, you know, normal background or whatever, but we all have our things is basically what I'm saying. Like nobody comes from like the perfect family. There's no such thing. But I do think that there was some kind of like struggle between your parents, or family members or something. Okay. And I think that because this stuff was going on, you felt kind of lost in it. And I feel that you felt almost kind of like silence, like not heard, maybe even ignored. And I think that because you spent a lot of time feeling like nobody necessarily was paying attention to what you wanted, what your thoughts were about your situation, about, you know, whatever your state of being, you were kind of maybe feeling isolated, alienated, alone. And I feel that you, to some degree, had to kind of focus on, you know, maybe it feels like there was like a sense of self-preservation going on. Maybe through distractions, maybe from maybe you weren't home a lot. You went and stayed with friends or family members or whatever. Whatever it was, I feel like you just didn't have you felt like you didn't have a lot of support growing up, okay? And so I think that this really made you feel like you had to, as soon as you were old enough to kind of, you know, check out the lay of the land and kind of, you know, really look at the dynamics of what was going on, that you were going to empower yourself, that you were maybe going to graduate high school and move out and maybe go to college or, you know, immediately get a job to support yourself or both. And I think you worked hard from the moment you could, and you have continued to do so. I really believe that you just have not stopped working towards bettering your life, having the life that you want. I also think that because you had this kind of feeling of being just kind of like a secondary thought, you know, an afterthought, you know, something to be dealt with kind of and not listened to. I think that it has made you really work on being a good listener. I think that you probably maybe even are in a position of leadership, maybe in your job or some interest or group that you're in, like a hobby or something. I think that people do listen to you and they take what you have to say to heart because you do listen to them and you do follow up with them and you know, you take in what they're saying and you can have a real conversation. It's not just kind of in one ear and out the other. You are present in your interactions with others. And this kind of puts you in a position of really connecting with people. And that seems to be really important to you, and you do it well. And it's almost kind of like one of your superpowers, especially in the world that we live in today, because a lot of people have trouble connecting with other people. I mean, we just do. It's just the way that our world has been set up. A lot of communication is very passive, indirect. We kind of just experience people that even people we love and care about, family members, friends, we passively experience them through like social media or, you know, kind of just the quick update here and there. Well, I think that you very much prioritize connecting with people. and making people feel important and heard and of value. And I think that this energy that you put out is returned to you because people really do, you know, trust you and have a lot of respect for you, and you know, I feel like just kind of like that sense of like a kinship, but they have just a real affinity for you. Like you're somebody that people remember and they talk about, oh, they're so nice. They're so, you know, so smart, so clever, whatever. They just always have like good little anecdotal things that have to do with you, and so on, okay? I feel like when you have a retirement or something, people are really just going to have, there's going to be a lot of people that have a lot of nice things to say, okay? Okay, so, and now I want to bring up the Devil card, because I know that, you know, you hear the Devil card, you hear the Death card or the Hanged Man or whatever. These are all kind of cards that you're like, oh, I don't want that. Put it back in the deck. But I will say this is one of my favorite cards, and it is, as you can see, that goat does not look sad, right, or evil. It actually has the third eye. So this is actually one of the few cards that the subject has done a lot of internal work, and there's really a lot of self-knowledge, a lot of like your interior landscape is very robust and cultivated, okay? And then you can see that there's a lot of kind of merriment there. This is also related to Pan, right? And we know that Pan is a forest creature that likes to have fun, likes to enjoy himself, and very kind of primal, and has those very natural secrets of the, you know, where the forest becomes a little bit, I don't know, what's the word? There's a little bit of madness, there's a little bit of ecstasy, there's a little bit of, you know, terror. There's, you know, just a good mix of all the things, kind of living on the edge a bit, okay? I really, really think that you have done so much work in your life to, just like claw yourself out of your circumstances, okay? And you continue to do the work. You continue to really care about not only experiencing life in a way that is, I hate to just say more positive, but more meaningful, having a more meaningful life. But you also want other people to have meaningful experiences and meaningful lives. And so when I see this card, it makes me think that you really have come to a place where you are feeling comfortable in all of those foundational places. And I think that there is a real sense of kind of, you know, wanting to enjoy the fruits of your labor, having a little bit of merriment, really being, I think a big part of the Devil card too is that when there's struggle, there's also this ability to access the humor and absurdity of things, right? And I think that that's very much ingrained in you too. Like you are just a person that can find the silliness in a terrible situation. And where some people might find that like, ugh, that's distasteful or whatever, I think for you, it's disarming to other people. I think you help guide other people through situations that are stressful. But I think that you're really coming to a place where you want to go out and experience just some maybe like leisure vacations. But I have this in my head. There's like, well, here is a guitar. Okay, so I feel like could be music related, but really the big thing I keep thinking of is that you are drawn towards maybe humor, comedy, these kinds of things. Maybe that's something that you want to explore for yourself, being a comedian. I don't know. Maybe you just want to go to some comedy shows. I don't know. But I think that there's really this thing emerging in you where this is really becoming a priority for you to kind of experience the arts, experience some of that energy that you can only feel at like a live show of whatever kind, right? And just kind of, letting loose a little bit. I also see that there's this nice heart up here. And so it leads me to believe that you are in a solid place emotionally and in your whatever aspect of love in your life, family, friendship, romantic. I feel like you feel fairly solid there as well. I want to look at this pyramid, okay? And the pyramid, it looks like it has the, what is that called? Is it the capstone? Okay, so there's a little lapse in continuity here because my daughter woke up and, so anyways, we were talking about the pyramid here, and I don't remember if it's called a capstone at the very top. I always kind of mix that up with, I think it's the cornerstone, the finishing stone. But whatever it's called, very in line with that kind of third eye energy. And I see that there are 3 tiers. They all seem to be kind of coming together, right? In alignment, in togetherness, in union. And I think that this is very much in line with everything we've talked about. All of the work on all of these levels, mind, body, soul, all kind of meeting each other, supporting each other, flowing from the top to the bottom and from the bottom to the top. Okay, so I really feel that you are just, you are a person that is maybe almost in some ways very advanced compared to the majority of us. You really have your things together, okay? And that's, a wonderful place to be in. I think that definitely it is worth, really taking the time to enjoy all of the things that you have manifested, all of the work you've put in to create what you have and what you maintain. And really that's kind of the real energy here. So let's see. All right, and this is kind of, and we have this kind of face, right? There's the eye, the nose, and the mouth. And I feel like it almost kind of seems a little bit sorrowful. Or at least like nondescript maybe, but with the eye it seems kind of sorrowful a little bit. And I feel like this is really that this is that place in yourself that no matter what you do, it's almost like it's not good enough, but also that there's more that can be done before you indulge in anything. There's always more work, right? There's always kind of this like skeptical eye that you have usually not for other people, but just for your own self, your own situation, your own ability to kind of perfect little and refine parts of yourself, parts of your abilities and skill sets. And so I feel that this is really coming up for you, and is at odds kind of with this other part of you that, as we had talked about, is more of in this, you know, what's it called? The devil card energy of really enjoying what you have going on, that merriment, you know, the humor, the just kind of being able to be a little uninhibited, right? Going with the flow a little bit. And so this is where the difficulty really is going to come in for you. This is where your conflict is. The good news is, I really think that more than ever, you've come to a place where you have a lot to show for what you have set your mind to. And, you know, I feel like there is quite a legacy that you are building. Okay. It's not just, you know, just this kind of stable life or this, you know, somewhat successful life. Like, you have the potential to build yourself a little bit of a legacy. Okay. And I'm not going to say it's like the biggest, you know, most ostentatious and showy and, you know, ego-driven type thing. That's not what I see, but I think that there's a humble, well-formed, lasting, memory that people will have of you, that your work will last, the way that you have touched people's lives will endure, right? And so, yeah, that's the reading I have for you tonight. And I think that, I wish this was my reading. It kind of is, I guess. I do have a, it's Capricorn rising. I always get it mixed up with my moon, which is Aquarius. So, yeah, so I do have at least that placement, with the rising ascendant. And so I will take a bit of this and take it to heart. Hopefully I will continue to grow so this can be my reading. This is kind of my hope, my secret little hope that I too will live up to a reading such as this. But I do think that you have, and you will continue to do so. So thank you very much. I am so honored to bring these messages to you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please think about doing so. Also, if you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps me get into the algorithm. Any kind of engagement is really helpful for that. And we are slowly building the channel one person at a time. And I appreciate literally every single one of you. And every single comment and encouragement and support, it all means so much to me. I also just love hearing about your lives and your experiences and how you're feeling about things. And yeah, when I say it is an honor for me to do these, I truly mean that. And it is also an honor to have these emerging relationships with people through the channel, and getting to know people and their stories. And yeah, yeah, it's good vibes. So thank you. We will talk again in about 7 days. And yeah, thank you, Capricorn.